Okay, come on, Jordan. I know where the package is. The contact said they stashed it. It should be here somewhere. Oh, get down low. Get down low. Man, I didn't think they'd be out here so soon. Just wait for it to pass. Okay, I think we're good. Come on, okay. Okay. So they said they stashed the package like right around here, but behind a tree.
Wait, I got it, Chris.
Oh, good job.
We got it. Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
I think they went this way.
Canon's people are everywhere.
What's that?
Jordan, I don't see the light anymore. I think they lost us. Oh, go!
There.
Chris, that's my ankle. I think it's broken.
Okay, well, give me the bag. Give me the bag.
Go on without me. Save yourself.
Okie dokie.
Really?
Bye.
Chris, I changed my mind. Tell the world.
I will, Jordan. I will. Adjust this here. Okay, exposure looks good. Okay. Welcome back, PetaPixel viewers. It is Chris Niccolls here, and I've returned to the scene of the crime. But after an exhaustive, 1 or 2 minute search, I couldn't find Jordan, so I've given up. And I can only imagine that Jordan is suffering right now the same fate that has befallen all third-party autofocusing glass for the Canon RF mount. And let's just give you guys some backstory. When third-party lenses started coming out for the Canon RF mount, and there's lots of manual focus stuff out there, they started getting into autofocus, and Canon shut down any sort of third-party autofocusing glass being made for their mount. This at a time when so many other manufacturers love to accommodate Sigma and Tamron lenses, for example, into their lens mounts. And because of this Canon crackdown, there's been a very small amount of lenses leaked onto the market. And these have basically become contraband, and that's what our video is about today. We have some exciting forbidden lenses to talk to you guys about today. And the first one I want to touch on is the Samyang 85mm f1.4 autofocusing lens. This is version 1. There are version 2 lenses out there for the other mounts, but for Canon, only the version 1 made the market. Now, the Samyang 85mm 1.4 is clearly aimed at the portrait photographer on a budget. It actually gives beautiful transitions from in-focus to out-of-focus areas and nice, shallow, soft bokeh. So a couple things that I want to cover here on the Samyang 85mm. First off, this is not the sharpest lens in the drawer, okay? I mean, the fact is, if you're shooting wide open at f1.4, you're not gonna get razor sharp results. I think that's okay, given that it's a portrait style lens. You don't always want the most detail when you're talking about, blemishes on skin, wrinkles and lines, that kind of stuff. The other thing though is the autofocusing motor. Although it does work fully compatibly with the Canon cameras, it is a slow autofocusing motor. I mean, it actually reminds me a lot of the 85mm f1.2 L series on the Canon SLRs. It's quite slow, a lot of glass to move. In a portrait situation, that's fine, but if you're shooting sports or action, it's very rare that you're gonna get a good hit rate because that motor just cannot keep up. So regardless, the Samyang 85mm, there are some of them out there on the market, and they can be a good bargain if you're looking for an affordable portrait lens with really shallow depth of field. But let's talk about another one that's even more secret. Check this out. This is basically impossible to find. So this is the Yongnuo 85mm f1.8. We got this from a very secret source we cannot reveal. We're talking like Kennedy assassination. We're talking like, UFO, aliens, Area 51 kind of stuff. But this lens was created and made before it could actually hit the market after Canon cracked down. But we have one here to play with. So this is the Yongnuo 85mm f1.8 RDF DSM version 2, and this is very cool. So first off, we are getting full electrical connection. I mean, full autofocus, full aperture control, everything. So our controls on the lens are pretty minimal. I've got autofocus, manual focus switch. The manual focus is nice, but it's quite light, quite sloppy there. It does also have a locking button to take the lens off the body. You don't actually use the Canon body release switch. I've honestly never seen that before, but that's quite interesting. But it does lock on there securely, even has a nice rubber ring around the mount to keep out dust and bad weather. I absolutely love 85mm 1.8s because they're very compact and lightweight, but let's talk about the actual optical results on this lens. So let's talk about flare on the Yongnuo, because I do like a portrait lens that I can shoot towards the sun or for backlight kind of stuff. So flare is actually really well controlled on the Yongnuo 85mm 1.8. I'm not seeing a lot of loss of contrast. There is some ghosting though, you can see it here, but largely it really only shows up in a strong way if you're stopping down the lens heavily. And again, on a lens like this, I expect to be shooting shooting it at 1.8 or 2.8 most of the time. Now, while I complained about autofocusing speed on the Samyang 85mm 1.4, on the Yongnuo 1.8, there's a lot less glass to move. We've got a nice, strong, silent motor, so autofocusing is very quick and very snappy, perfectly suited for family stuff, portraits, or even some action event photography. I want to talk about the bokeh on this lens next. So we are getting interesting specular highlights, nice and round, shooting at 1.8, not really seeing any onion rings or anything like that, not even a strong soap bubble effect, so I do like that. Stopping the lens down, we are going to get a fairly polygonal looking specular highlight, so that might not be as beautiful as like nice rounded specular highlights. That is subjective, but when it comes to taking a picture of a person and just getting that nice soft background, specular highlights are not often even in the frame anyways, and that's not really going to matter. So overall, I think the Yongnuo does a great job as a portrait lens, giving you that beautiful soft rendition of shallow depth of field. Now, in terms of sharpness, the Yongnuo 85mm I would say is a little bit sharper, more consistent than the Samyang 85mm 1.4. That makes sense though. You can usually get better optical performance out of slower lenses, just easier to make them good. What I will say is we're still getting a touch of softness when shooting the Yongnuo wide open at 1.8. I don't mind that on a portrait lens. Again, I think that could be really nice when you're shooting people. And if you stop down the lens even a little bit, it sharpens up beautifully. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this look into some very secret lenses, very hard to find. And oh, hang on. One sec, my phone. Sorry, it's very unprofessional of me to answer my phone. Jordan? Jordan? Oh, you're alive. What's going on? You didn't get ripped apart by dogs or anything? Oh, you just wanted a break. You just want to extend. Okay. Because I'm down here filming myself. I really could use your help. No, you're good? Okay. Oh, great. Well, thanks for the help then. Thanks for interrupting the shoot. Okay. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Glad you're alive. Bye. Well. Okay, so Jordan's alive. He'll be back here next episode. Great. Anyways, where was I? These secret lenses. I mean, what's interesting about this, I know these are just little peeks into these lenses, and we are talking about gear that might actually never see the light of day, but I did think it would be interesting to just talk about some of the stuff that's going on here and how Canon has shut down this whole third-party system, but there are a few lenses out on the market. If you're lucky enough to have one, you might actually find that you really enjoy it. The Yongnuo, I'm going to have to carry that source to the grave, but I want to give a big shout out to Caleb Takes Photos. That's his Instagram handle. You should check out his stuff. He let us borrow this Samyang 85mm 1.4, and we really appreciate it because there's not many of these out there. Otherwise, maybe Canon will at some point rethink their strategy and open up their mount to third-party lenses again. Here's hoping. But if not, I hope you guys enjoyed this little sneak peek into some of these forbidden lenses. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And check out our podcast. It's on the exact same YouTube channel, or you can follow us on all your favorite podcasting apps. Just search for PetaPixel Podcast. Also, remember that next episode, Jordan will be back. He was just lazy this time. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you soon with more from PetaPixel.